Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be reviewing the Gemini Jets 200 series of the American Airlines 737-800 and the AirCal Retro Heritage livery. So this will be the third Gemini Jets review video on my channel, as well as the first 1 to 200 scale model review on my channel as well. Recently, I have actually been getting a lot more into Gemini Jets, collecting and kind of searching on eBay for some Gemini Jets models. Now that I haven't really been able to find many Darren Realtoy models, for any Gemini Jets collectors watching, previously on my channel, I usually have been doing most of my reviews on the Darren Realtoy models, but now that I have kind of found most of the common, now that I have gotten most of the common or relatively rare ones that would be available on eBay, I haven't been able to find many, so that has left me open to searching for a lot more Gemini Jets models. I currently have 4 models in my collection, but I will definitely be expanding my collection in the future. I've already started looking on getting more Gemini Jets models, and I have found many that I've liked so far. So the Gemini Jets models are definitely different than the Realtoys, considering that they are more professional models and a lot more detailed. And I do really enjoy collecting them because they are much more realistic than the Darren Realtoy models. But I will continue to do the Darren Realtoy reviews and unboxings, but in the future I will be doing probably an equal amount of Gemini Jets reviews and the Darren Realtoy reviews in the future. So with that being said, let's get into the review. So the Gemini Jets 200 series are the 1 to 200 scale models, as opposed to the 1 to 400 scale, which the 1 to 400 scale are the usual models that Gemini Jets makes, which are usually used in airport setups and for display, and are usually the models, the scale that all of the models are made in. And the 1 to 200 scale are the larger size models, which are more of the special edition. Not every model is made as a 1 to 200 scale, and they are usually more expensive, and as you can see here, they are, since they're 1 to 200 scale, they are much larger than the 1 to 400 scale. So, one of the things I really like about the 1 to 200 scale is, of course, since the model is bigger, it does show a lot more detail on the model as opposed to the smaller 1 to 400 scale. And especially if you were getting a model like a DC-9 or like a CRJ-200, in the 1 to 400 scale, those models will be very, very small. So obviously, if you were going to get one of those and it wasn't going to be for an airport setup, I would definitely go for the 1 to 200 scale, because it will definitely be bigger and show a lot more detail on it, unless you're trying to use it for an airport setup. In that case, the 1 to 400 scale would be the best one to get, plus it is cheaper. But so anyway, starting off with the review of the box. So up at the top, in the top left corner, there is the Gemini 200 in the nice bold lettering in the glossy gold finish on there. And then kind of closer to the top, there is the white line with the American Airlines logo in there. And then the American 737-800 in the AirCal retro livery, displayed on the front on the box and as the box art image. And then on the bottom right corner, there's the Boeing 737-800. And then the 1 to 200 scale die-cast model aircraft, as well as the item number. And then both of those are in the gold lettering as well. So, and then pretty much says the same exact stuff on both of the left and right side of the box. And then on the back, it has the Gemini 200 series displayed on top as well. And then all of the information for Gemini Jets and the websites. And then the Boeing official license and American Airlines official license. And then this model is a 2021 model from Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the only things about the Gemini 200 boxes, at least for this one, it doesn't show the aircraft facts on it. Like usually the 1 to 400 scale, you open up the inside and it shows the aircraft information on it. I have already taken the model out, but this one pretty much just has the foam inside and then where the aircraft would usually sit underneath the foam area. So I did already take the aircraft out, so it is not in here. But so usually the 1 to 400 scale usually have the aircraft facts and just some information about the airline and the aircraft on the inside when you open up the box as well. And it usually shows the clear plastic with the aircraft inside. But since the 200 series are a larger box, they do not have that displayed. So here is the Gemini Jets model of the American Airlines 737-800 with the AirCal retro livery. This is actually my favorite American Airlines heritage livery. They have, I'm trying to remember how many heritage liveries they have. They definitely have around 10, I think, American heritage heritage liveries from U.S. Airlines that formerly existed, as well as some older, some of the previous American Airlines liveries. It's one of the things I definitely like about about American Airlines, and considering that my main home airport is Charlotte Douglas International Airport, which is where I go for plane spotting. So I do get to see the heritage liveries quite often. So and a couple months ago, I finally got to get some nice pictures of the actual AirCal 737. So it was really great getting to see that up close and in person, because just the color scheme and the paint scheme on this aircraft is just what makes it my favorite heritage livery, and the coloring on it. So that being said, I'm going to get and start the review of the front of the plane. So up at the front, there is the nose cone for the 737 that has all of the general radar systems and stuff in there, and then stuff for the cockpit. Then there is the cockpit windows on the top and the little wipers that are underneath the cockpit windows as well. And then there is pretty much the start of the yellow, orange, pink, or kind of magenta, and then the dark purple stripe that goes along from the nose all the way down to the rear of the aircraft. And then there is the front right cabin door as displayed there. And then there is the landing gear underneath that as well. One thing I did notice about the 737-800 models, or at least on this particular model, is that the landing gear doors are on the nose gear. The doors for that they're definitely a lot larger than what they actually are on the real aircraft. I mean, if you were to compare this to the actual aircraft, if the doors were to close on this, they would pretty much cover up more than the space of where the actual landing gear is. But other than that, this model is pretty much exactly accurate to the actual 737-800. But then there is the detail. There is the really nice detail on the landing gear doors as well. And then there is the 73-8 for the 737-800 model. I'm trying to get my camera to focus there. So, and then there is the cargo door on the undercarriage of the aircraft as well. And then there are the antennas on the top of the aircraft and on the undercarriage. And then there's the American Airlines logo near the front as well, with all of the cabin windows that go throughout the entire fuselage. And then get to the center of the plane, there is the light displayed on the top as well, near the first antenna on the top of the aircraft. That is one of the thing of the 200 series, is that there is all of the extra details, like the little like the lights displayed on the top, are what are featured on the 200 series, because since they are a larger model, they are open to have a lot more detail on it. Then there are the emergency doors in the center as well. And then the wings have some really nice detail, especially on the 737-800, with the instructions on the wing for in case of emergency, where to go. And then the wing flaps on there as well. And then there is the going down further to the rear of the aircraft, there is the Wi-Fi box, and then the rear antenna. Then there is the American flag, and then the registration number, which is November 917, November, and then 3KC underneath that. And then there is the rear cabin door or cargo door that is underneath that, and then behind that there is the rear cabin door. And then there is the really nice AirCal tail with the AirCal logo, which AirCal was Air California, which was a relatively small airline that pretty much only operated in California. But this is, like I said before, this is my favorite American Airlines Heritage Livery because the colors are very nice, nicely displayed on this model, and this was a 1 to 200 scale model that I had really wanted to get for a while. So, and I did get it almost 2 years ago now for Christmas. So, but anyway, so then there is also a really nice detail on the tail with the rudder displayed on the tail as well. And then there are both of the tail wings that are displayed there, and then there are the winglets on both of the ends of the wings, and then both of the engines displayed there as well. So, and one of the other things about this model, I'm not sure if this is for all of the 1 to 200 series, but this model in particular came with a model stand, which is definitely great for displaying the aircraft. It also does create a lot more room for other models, because I know for me especially, I don't have a lot of space to display them. So having the model stand definitely makes it easier to store like smaller models underneath it, so that way it doesn't take up as much space on shelves. So I really wish that Real Toy also made more model stands, or at least sold them separately. That is one of the things I do really like about Gemini Jets, is that if you need them, they do sell model stands separately, which I think is really definitely great. I do wish they came with more models, because I think that would make it easier than having to buy them all separately. But anyway, so another thing that is actually also really great about this model is that if you did want to, the landing gear is replaceable, and you are able to switch it out to having the gear retracted as opposed to having the landing gear down. I do like having the landing gear down better, because it displays the landing gear rather than having it retracted and up. But if you did want to, they do come with the landing gear separate, which all you gotta do is just pretty much snap it out of place and then take these ones and snap it in, and then the landing gear will be up, pretty much looking like the aircraft is taking off. But I do like having the landing gear down better, because I think it displays the aircraft better. But it is really great that they won the 200 series, and that Gemini Jets included the model stand and as well as the separate set of landing gear. So pretty much is all for this review video. So I'm still learning a lot on the Gemini Jets models, and especially considering that these models are a lot more detailed. There's a lot more to review other than just the basic livery of the aircraft, like on the real-time models. So I definitely will be getting into more Gemini Jets reviews in the future, so be sure to stay tuned for that, and remember to like and subscribe. And also, in case anyone wants to, you guys could give me some recommendations on some of the best Gemini Jets models to get. I definitely am looking into getting some of the older classic aircraft, especially some of like DC-10s, L-1011s and stuff. And I already do have a special DC-8 model that I will be reviewing in the future as well. So be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. So thank you all so much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.